Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to take a few minutes and give you a quick training on how to use Thrillshare. Thrillshare, if you'll remember, is the platform that we'll use to add things to our social media and our websites. It's one platform to kind of control everything that we're sending out. I know this is a very, very busy time of year for you, but it's because of that I want you to have this opportunity to be able to share out some of these things that are going on this week as you finish out the school year. It'll also give you the chance to get some very recent information loaded onto all your platforms so that when the rollout of the app goes out on the 30th of this month, then you'll have recent and current information out there, which is going to be real important to as our, I guess, first look into the app and our new websites. I've tried to get around to each school. It takes about 20 minutes to do the training, so you have the opportunity to ask questions, but we haven't made it to every school yet. So what I'm going to do is create this video for you to at least get started with, and then you're welcome to call me at 3033 with any questions that you have, or if you're not sure exactly how to do something. You're also welcome to share this with whomever on your staff that you want to have help you in creating some of those posts and stories, but I will have to add them as additional users. So if you're receiving this initially, that means that you're already a user and you should get an email asking you to log into the Thrillshare platform and start your account. When you do that, and you'll need to use your Washington County, it'll be just like if you were doing, just log in with Google and use your Washington County email to do that. So I'm going to screen share now and just show you what it'll look like when you log into Thrillshare. First of all, know that there are two different ways to use this platform. You can either use this on your computer. This is what you'll see when you log into your computer. And then the exact same thing will show up on your phone if you download the Thrillshare app. And I'm going to show you that at the very end and show you exactly how that works. But to get started with, I just want to make sure that everyone has some information to look at. So here's what it looks like when you log in. You'll have everything except this user management. You all don't have access to that. That's just on mine. And you can see here, mine is set to Washington County Public Schools. Yours should be set to whichever of the schools you are assigned to. I have access to all of them. That's how I've been able to add some postings and some things to yours lately. But just make sure that this has your school's name on it. When it does, there are going to be two things that we're really going to focus on right now, and that's live feed. Follow this pink finger. Live feed, which is social media and the app, and anything on the right-hand side of your new website. And then news, which is longer things, longer than just a regular post. This would be like a news story. This is similar to what we've had in the past with our Uniting the Division. So these are the types of stories we need. The only difference now is that we do need pictures to go with them, since they'll post to the website and we want to have some attention grabbing. Now, the rest of these things are on there, and there's going to be further training on them. But this CMSV2 is basically editing your website, and we'll do a whole session of training specifically on that later, maybe this summer. But for now, just to give you the opportunity to post on your social media and to get some announcements and things out to parents, wanted to go ahead and start with live feed and news. So if you want to post something to your live feed, and again, live feed is shows up on the right-hand side of your website, but it's what shows up on the app. So that's the scrolling messages that come up on the app when parents will open that and see what's going on at your school. This is also where social media posts, and you can see it is very slow to load. This particular program is a little bit slow getting started. So hopefully it won't be like this the whole time. There we go. So you can see these are the things that have already been loaded on there. Most of them I've done, some of them Mr. Lester's done. But again, this is for Washington County Public Schools. Check to make sure this has the correct school on it. And then to get started, all you do is click something. So you click one of these apps. We right now, what we have live is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the live feed, and notifications. Now, these two at the very end, the SMS and the voice call, that's going to be what takes the place of your school messenger. But we'll do a little further training on that. We're not quite ready for all of those things to take place. I want to post out here or point out here that you can have a waiting for approval if you want to assign someone else to post these things for you, but you want to see them before they post. I can create what's called a user that needs permission. So basically, you can assign someone else. They can just text you or email you and say, hey, I've got some things ready to post. You go right here for the waiting for approval, and all you have to do is approve it. You don't have to be the one to post it. You can also schedule things to post at different times. So there's a lot of things you can do with it, all just by clicking a few little buttons. But let me show you how to do one. So let's say I want something to go out on all the social media platforms and on the live feed in the app and my website. And anyone who signed up for notifications is also going to get a notification about it now. So just like you would with Facebook, you just type in whatever you want it to say. You upload an image. Now I'm just going to randomly select a picture to stick in here because obviously I'm not going to post this. But let's go to my pictures. One thing I have found is that it's easier for me to do this from my phone because most of my pictures are already on my phone. So if they're not on my phone, I have to send them somewhere else. But you can see that this poster that I chose as the picture has a little bit of a gray area at the top. That's because Instagram only allows square pictures. And you can also only get 280 characters in what you type. So just make sure that you remember that. Now, when I post this, I'm going to move this down so I get most of the information from the poster in there. So you can see a little bit of gray at the top, a little bit of gray down on the bottom. That's how it'll show up on Instagram. On all the other platforms, you'll get to see the whole thing because they, Twitter, Facebook, all of them, you'll see the whole poster. But for Instagram, you have to kind of show it where you want that square to be. You also have to add in your alternative text. So this is just a description of what's on here. So I'm going to say poster for Washington County Public Schools new app. And then you would save that to your post. Now you won't see it, but it's right here. And then again, you get 280 characters here and you type in what you want to say there. You cannot hyperlink words in here. So if you're going to put a post in there to go somewhere else, you have to type out or copy and paste the whole address in there. So that's one drawback I've found because I like to hyperlink things. You choose which group you want to get a notification about it. So if it's only for your school, you're going to post just your school. Let's say it's Holston's. And then which school are we going to do here? Again, if I'm posting for Holston, it goes right there. And then I can hit publish. And that's it. That's all you have to do to get your information out there. At that point, it's almost an immediate posting. And so you can sit with your phone in your hand and watch it pop up there. So simple and quick, that's all you have to do. And at that point, it posts to all 5 of those things. Same thing with the news. And again, remember the news is just a longer story. So if you're going to a news article, you do the exact same thing. You can do the waiting for approval. If you've got someone posting for you, you can schedule it to go at a different time. Just check to make sure it's the correct school. Click add new, upload your image. And again, you have to give a title for your image. This one, though, it doesn't really matter this was one that one of the schools sent out about an art contest. So it doesn't matter about the size of the picture because this one is not going on Instagram. You do have to give your image a title and then a title just like you would your Uniting the Division. You type in your story here. And what I've been doing is copying and pasting it from whatever email or Google Doc that people have sent to me. And then I come down here and tell it where I want it to publish to. Now, most likely you're only going to have your school linked here if I did things correctly. But if you happen to have something else, just make sure you click the right place that you want it there. And then you can either schedule it to go out at another time, or you can hit publish and it'll go out immediately. Okay, so that's it. That's all you have to do to make these things happen. You can see your previous ones. If you've got a previous one and you see, oh gosh, I posted it and it's got a misspelled word, you can edit it by clicking that pencil and going down in here and just clicking it around and update it. Obviously, you know, some people may have already seen it, but if you get in there quick enough, you can edit it so that you can make those quick changes if you need to. Same thing in your scheduled post. If you schedule something, and a lot of times when you all were sending me your stories, I would get the story but not a picture, so I would go ahead and type it in or copy and paste it in and then schedule it to go out a few days later and send a reminder about the picture. So then I could just go in and edit it, add the picture, and it was ready to go. So those are really the two things you need to think about right now. There are other things like your events. This one is automatically linked to your calendar, a Google Calendar, and you and Jason have already taken care of all that. So as long as you're keeping your calendar up to date, the events on your app and on your website are staying up to date as well. So you shouldn't have to worry that much about it. And I'm really wishing I hadn't clicked it now since it's moving so slow today. But you can make changes in here. It's just easier for most of us if we do it in our Google Calendar that's linked to this. So you can see we already have lots of things going on this week that are linked to a Google Calendar that's been set up. So really, live feed news, that's what you're going to want to do. Now I'm going to switch over to the app on my phone. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like. Let me stop sharing this screen and share a different one. Okay, so this is what, and I hope you'll be able to see this, what it looks like on your phone. It's this little purple one right down here called Thrillshare. Now that's different. This is what the app that parents are going to see looks like. That's your Washington County app right there. But if you want the one to edit things, this is the one you log into and use the exact same thing you used before. You're going to use your Washington County email and password and all of that. So when you get it, this shows you the exact same thing. It's just a little more condensed. This is the live feed. And there's a home button on the bottom. When you click that, you can either choose live feed, news, or events, because those are the three things you can edit in the app. So if I want to add something live feed, and again, live feed is social media, you just click this plus and you go the same way. You create a post, you tell it where you want it to go. And see, for me, this one's easier because, again, most of my pictures are right here on my phone. So then you tell it what group, which push notifications you want, you write your message, and then you add a picture. It's just like you would do it on social media. And you can hit send now or you can schedule. So again, super simple, looks exactly like it would on the website. It's just a little more condensed. So again, you can look at your scheduled, your pendings, your notifications, any of the things you want to look at, but it looks just like that on the app. So you've got two ways to post, both of which are pretty easy, and hopefully you will not have any questions about that. But if you have questions, don't forget to call me. Again, I'm going to be sending out emails to everyone just before you get this video as an email. So you'll get an email from Thrillshare asking you to log in and create your account. If there are other people you want me to add, other than those you've already told me about, then just let me know. Some people decided they were going to make their team leaders users, but they're the modified users where they have to have permission to post. So those are the ones who can post, and then just shoot you an email and say it's in there if you want to look at it before, and then you can go in and take a look and then post it after that. So things to think about and ways to get started. Hopefully this will help you to get started if I can't get there in person to do it for you. And just call me if you have any questions.